Now we are going to discuss about the second type of simple machine, pulley. We have told there are 6 common simple machines we are using in our daily life. First one is lever, second one is pulley, P-U-L-L-E-Y, pulley. First one is lever. Lever we have 3 cases, class 1, class 2, class 3. Okay. What is a pulley? We have discussed and we have described and we have given what is pulley. Pulley can change the direction of effort to make our effort less. Always we are using simple machine to make our effort less. But how pulley is doing? Pulley is changing the direction of effort to make the work easier. We have already discussed. Simple. If you are using a pulley to draw water from well, where you are using force, to which direction you are using force? Your effort to downwards, you are pulling down. Your effort direction is downwards. But to what direction load is coming? Load is coming to upward direction. So we can define pulley is a simple machine to make our effort easier by changing the direction of effort. So I am writing the definition. Pulley is a simple machine which helps to make our effort less. How? By changing the direction of effort. This is the definition of pulley. Pulley is a simple machine which helps to make our effort less by changing, not changed, changing the direction of effort. Is it clear? Nothing to discuss more. Mechanical advantage of pulley is always 1. Is always 1. What do you mean by that? If mechanical advantage of pulley is 1, means effort arm is equal to load arm. Effort arm is always equal to load arm. For ideal pulley, mechanical advantage is always 1. You have to study such way. Mechanical advantage is 1. For ideal cases. What do you mean ideal cases? That's the reality, and in perfection, that's ideal. The ideal word means perfect. In perfection or in ideal conditions, in perfect conditions, mechanical advantage of a pulley is 1. But we cannot see in the actual situation. Actual situation, it may be varied. Varied means it may be lesser than 1. Okay, so in ideal situation, mechanical energy of a pulley is 1. But in actual situation, mechanical and advantage of pulley is less than 1. So you have to keep in your mind ideal condition, perfect condition. What do you mean by ideal condition or perfect condition? Then only you can understand what is that. Because when we discuss about the last chapter, force, we have seen that when two objects are sliding over, there is another force is coming. That force is known as frictional force. So, some effort will be used to overcome friction. If you are using 10 Newton force, maybe a fraction, maybe 1% or 0 point something percentage will be used to overcome friction. So, we cannot take or we cannot use the complete effort because there is friction to overcome. So, we cannot experience the complete effort there. Such obstacle or hindrance issues there. That is why in actual situation we cannot expect mechanical energy 1. It may be a little less than 1. Why? A fraction is using to overcome friction. So, friction is the reason to make a variation. So, friction, keep in your mind, because of friction we cannot reach to ideal value. So, in actual situation to be less than 1. Where friction is coming? Here in between the rope and pulley, friction will come. Okay, I think you are clear, that is enough. So, pulley, simple machine which helps to reduce our effort by changing direction. Second point, we have to recollect or remember, mechanical advantage in ideal situation is 1, but in actual situation it is less than 1. These are 3 points you have to keep in your mind. One is definition, second in actual situation what is mechanical advantage, and no, in ideal situation what is mechanical advantage, and actual situation what is mechanical advantage. Why? There is a difference between ideal and actual value because of friction. These are the concepts in pulley. So, we are going to discuss about the third simple machine, third one after pulley, wheel and axle. Wheel and axle, axle spelling A-X-L-E. So, second one pulley. There are 3 things you have to define: definition, ideal mechanical advantage, then actual mechanical advantage. What is the reason for this difference? Now, wheel and axle. Yeah, when we define, we can start with a common word. Wheel and axle is a simple machine. It is a simple machine. Yeah, I will give definition first. Simple machine having a wheel and axle or 2 wheels with different diameters. This is the definition of wheel and axle. It is a simple machine, so it's clear for you. Simple machine. Why simple machine? To make our effort less. So, up to this your definition part is clear for you. Having means it consists of a wheel and axle. Wheel, you are very clear, a wheel, and an axle, that is a rod. A rod is attached to a wheel. Yeah. Axle, this device, this structure is known as wheel and axle. Where you can this one? In common life example, steering. There is a wheel and an axle. It helps to make our effort very easily. So, a wheel and axle. Otherwise, it consists of two wheels. With different diameters, means its size is different. This is known as diameter. So, next wheel will be smaller one. So that we can have two structures for wheel and axle, either wheel and an axle, otherwise a wheel and axle with small wheel at the other end. These are the two example structures for wheel and axle. So how science is the, what is science behind it? Why are we using this simple machine? When we say wheel, we have to think about wheel is always rotating. So what is the, this is friction, rolling friction. So rolling friction is always less than sliding and static friction. So with that advantage, we are using wheel and axle to reduce friction. That's why it works very easily. That's a keyword. That's a concept here. Using wheel and axle as a simple machine just to overcome friction. How? Because rolling friction is less than sliding friction. So easily we can move objects with this simple machine. So we go on to the fourth simple machine, inclined plane. Inclined plane. So our third one, wheel and axle. Wheel and axle. So fourth one, inclined plane. How can we start the definition? Inclined plane is a simple machine. It is a simple machine having slanted wooden plank, or sloping surface. It is a simple machine having slanted wooden plank or sloping surface. So up to this you are clear, it's a simple machine. Having means it has a slanted wooden plank, means we have seen when we are loading something into any truck or something or vehicle, instead of lifting the objects or the weight, what we'll do? We'll place the object over here and we'll push it. So easily we can load it than lifting and loading. Our effort will be less when we are using this slanted wooden plank. Sometimes you just think about, we have two types of staircases. One is, think you have to climb here. There are two types of staircases. One is steps, or you have a slope, which is easy to climb up steps, or slope, maybe slope. You can climb up more comfortable than steps. Even in steps also you can think, if you have steps like this and if we increase the dimension of steps like this. Which is easier to climb up, this one or this one? Of course, this one. So when sloping is more, work is less. So you have to keep in mind in inclined plane, when slope is more or when inclination is more, effort is less. Note you have when inclination or slope is more, is larger, effort is less. What about mechanical advantage of inclined plane? It is always greater than 1. So mechanical advantage of inclined plane is always greater than 1. These are 3 points you have to learn in inclined plane. First one, definition. You have to know definition. Second one, note I have given, when inclination or slope is more, our work is less. Third one, mechanical advantage of inclined plane is always greater than 1. That's about inclined plane. Examples you can see in the picture. In common life, many places we are using this inclined plane to make our effort less. So we are going to the fifth simple machine, wedge. Wedge. So fourth one, we have discussed inclined plane. Definition you have to learn. Then you have to learn more slope, less effort. That's not for you. It's a common experience or application. That's science we are using in daily life. Third one, mechanical advantage is always greater than 1. Now we are going to wedge. What do you mean by wedge? How can we define? Wedge is a simple machine. It is a simple machine having, it has a sharp edge. It has a sharp edge which is formed by combination of two inclined planes. When we read out the definition, it may be very complicated, but it is very simple, nothing. It's a simple machine. It has a sharp edge. So that's very clear for you. It is sharp edge. Example I will give, axe. We are using axe for cutting wood and all. So how the shape of axe? Shape of axe is like this. With the handle and all. Now I am coming to give the idea about a wedge. It's a simple machine. Yeah. It's a simple machine we are using to cut wood easily. Having a sharp edge. So it has a sharp edge. Having or which is formed by combination of two inclined planes. So see here, one side is inclined, other side is inclined. So it is a combination of two inclined plane. Means it has two inclined planes both sides with a sharp edge. Such type of tools, objects are known as wedge. Your knife, a sharpened knife is a wedge. A needle is a wedge. A pin is a wedge. So we can see a lot of examples in our daily life as wedge. That is the fifth simple machine. So we are going to discuss the last topic of this chapter and last simple machine, screw. Sixth one, screw. So fifth one we have wedge. Definition you have to learn. Now we are going to discuss the sixth one and last final simple machine, screw. Definition. How can we start definition? Screw is a simple machine. It is a simple machine, appears like an inclined plane wound around a simple machine appears like an inclined plane wound around a pointed tip. This is the definition of screw. Now I am going to discuss what are the terms. It is a simple machine, very clear, using to make our effortless. Appears like an inclined plane wound around a pointed tip. Word may be complicated, the idea is very simple. There is a pointed tip for it. A pointed tip is there and appears a inclined plane is wound around it. So it is an inclined plane is wound around it. When you see a screw, you can see the surface of groove just like inclined plane. As they are told, an inclined plane is wound around a pointed tip. Okay, that is screw. Screw has three parts. It is known as head. This is known as tip. This is known as thread. Keep in mind, screw has three parts: head, H-E-A-D, thread, T-H-R-E-A-D, thread, and tip. It means the final point, tip. The sharp edge, tip. You have seen screws in your life. You can see everywhere screw we are using. This is tip, this is thread, and this is head. Okay, that's about screw. So we have discussed the sixth one. Sixth one is screw. Now we are going to discuss a simple concept: how to take care simple machines. How to take care simple machines. How to take care simple machines? Because simple machines may be damaged, means our effort will be more. So there are three ways. First one, clean simple machines. clean simple machines always after use. That's why we can see spade and axe after working. The workers will be clean it. So always keep simple machine clean. That's simple method. Second one, you know most of the simple machines are made up of iron. So there is a chance for rusting. So what to do? Always keep away from moisture. So to avoid rusting, keep away from moisture. I think you are clear with the word rusting, damaging. You can see that when we keep an iron bar long time, we can see the rust over there. And I am thinking you are clear with the word moisture, M-O-I-S-T-U-R-E. Moisture means wet place, wet condition. If water is there, chance for rusting. So keep away from moisture. Third one, you think about some simple machines, pulley and inclined plane, wheel. It is always sliding over. So that stands for friction. How can we reduce friction? We have to apply lubricants. We have discussed all these things. So apply lubricants in time. Otherwise, what will happen? Wear and tear will happen. To avoid wear and tear, we use lubricants. These are three methods to take care simple machines. To clean simple machines occasionally, to avoid rusting, keep it away from moisture. Third one, apply lubricants. That's the end of the chapter. Okay? Yes, dear students, we are in a long discussion of simple machine. The concepts are very less in this chapter, but we have a very detailed discussion over each concepts. Yeah? Discussion is to simplify, not to make complicated. Simple machine is always simple in working, and its functions, its terms and its definitions are very clear, I think. The detailed notes of simple machine I will forward through WhatsApp. Just go through it, and if you have any clarification after watching the videos, just contact me or send me a voice clip. I will answer you. The discussion of exercise will be done through WhatsApp, and there are some numericals to be discussed in this chapter. For your assessment, for time being, we don't have numericals. Numericals we will discuss once we come face to face in school. I hope the concepts are very clear to you. This is the first step to the world of machines. May God bless you. Thank you.